Hello internet friends, welcome to this series of videos where I'm going to show you how to create what you're looking at there on the screen, those animated smileys that you see on annoying advertisements or that you used to see on 1997. But anyway, this is a three-part series. We're going to create that from scratch using Adobe Flash. Part 1, which is this video, is going to be creating the basic shape elements of the thing. Yeah, we're gonna call it a thing, that's fine. And part 2 is gonna be adding the color effects, design, shading, all that cool stuff. And part 3 is gonna be finally animating the thing. So we're gonna get started. Let's start doing this. And by the way, in the description there's gonna be a link if you wanna download these files. It's gonna be separated by parts. There I just, already saved up a few colors so I don't waste time picking colors. That's just a thing I did. And just a quick disclaimer before I continue, or you continue watching this. This video was already recorded. I recorded the original tutorial in Spanish, and I'm just kind of translating voiceover in this tutorial, if that makes sense. So I just clicked the toolbar there, selected the circle, and we're gonna select for the fill a yellow color, and for the stroke no color. So that's, I'm saying no there with my cursor. So we just click and drag, and you're gonna make a circle like that. Let's see, something like that. Yeah, you can, select it with the selection tool, which is the black arrow, and kind of move it wherever you want. Let's select it, click modify, and convert to symbol. This is where you can name the symbol. Let's name it, I don't even remember what I named it. I'm thinking there. So yeah, like I said, this is a recording of an old tutorial I did, but base. Okay, that's kind of English-y. So anyways, what we're gonna do now is double click on the symbol, and as you can see there where I have the cursor, it says base. That indicates that we're inside that symbol, that we're in the editing mode of the symbol. So we can change a lot of stuff from there, and we can organize ourselves using symbols that way. So when I hold down click the mouse on the bucket tool, I can have the ink bottle tool, which gives me, if I click on a shape, it gives me the color there that I have selected for the stroke. So there I have like a dark brown stroke, but that looks kind of boring, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. So so we're gonna click and delete that, and what I'm gonna do is a really old Flash trick, but if you don't know it, it's pretty cool. You basically copy the shape, you add a new layer with it. Add new layer button. We're gonna click and drag that new layer down, and what we're gonna do there is basically paste that same shape. So a few of you might already know this or might start guessing. What we do now is change the color of the new fill, which is the circle on the bottom layer, and change the color to make it a darker color like the stroke, but it's a fill. Get it? It makes sense. So now let's grab the free transform tool and just scale the circle, and then what you can have there is variable line quality, so it makes it more interesting, you see. So there, for example, at the bottom of the shape, it's thicker, and with the arrow keys on the keyboard you can move it, and it looks better. It's something in the eyes. It kind of looks more interesting, more 3D-ish. It looks better. That's the point. More polished, professional. I can't think of any more words. It's just better. So yeah, let's do that. And like I said, you can select the shape and move it with the directional arrows. Is that what you call it on the keyboard? And yeah, move it like that. So that's the basic shape of the smiley that we're creating. And I don't remember what I was talking there, but I'm moving my mouse. It must have been something very interesting. Okay, so let's click scene 1, and that takes us to our main timeline. And what we're gonna do there is double click on the layer and call it base, which is base in Spanish. You're learning some Spanish. And click a new layer, and it's boca, it's a mouth. I like that these are like Spanish tutorials as well. So there I locked the layer as well. And for the boca or mouth, we're gonna select, let's see, we're gonna select what? A gray color? I think it's temporary. Yeah, it should be temporary. But anyway, it's gonna be a gray color, and you can basically choose whatever tool you want here. You can choose an oval tool if you want to create an ovally shaped mouth. Or let's see there. Yeah, it's an oval tool. Oh, this is a nice trick. Look, so you create a perfect circle holding shift on your circle, I mean your keyboard, and then you're gonna ruin it because you're gonna choose the free transform tool and distort it. But yeah, no, that's fine. If you hold Alt, by the way, you can stretch both sides. That's a neat trick, so you can try that. So yeah, I'm just kind of moving the thing to make it the shape. God, I'm gonna stop saying thing. And then just grab the selection tool and kind of select the top part, and we're just gonna eat that thing. So just click the delete. I was gonna shift the delete key on your keyboard, and you're gonna get that. So then you put your selection tool, which is the black arrow again, and you click on that new line that you created, and you slowly drag, and then you get like an evil smile there, and that's kind of what we want. So I think that's a pretty neat trick. Flash drawing tools are pretty good. And then with the free transform tool, you can obviously scale it to make the smile eviler, or no, it's just like more evil. And yeah, so we have that shape, which is pretty cool, but now we want to add some teeth, and we are going to create a symbol of it, of course. So select it, convert to symbol, make sure it's a movie click OK, and now it's a symbol. So again, to edit a symbol, we have to double click, and again in the top left or the middle, the left, it says we're inside that symbol. So it's like kind of if you want to edit something in its small little universe, you create a symbol and then you go inside and then you start editing. So we're gonna again lock that layer and create a new layer, which I imagine we're gonna create the teeth. It makes sense. Yes. Okay, so let's click and hold on the rectangle, select the rectangle, go to our fill color and select the white, and we're just gonna create another rectangle. So again, with the selection tool, we're gonna start shaping the rectangle to create some teeth. That's basically what we're doing. If you watch the drawing a character tutorial, this is some of the stuff that we used. And again, it's really old Flash tricks, but it's you know, it's sort of like sculpting with shapes. So yeah, just grab the corners and drag, and you're gonna do that. And with the lines that are not corners, of course, what am I thinking? Just click and bend the sides of the rectangle. Sides, what's the word I was looking for? And again, with the corners, you just move them there. And let's just drag that over there and that down, I think. Oh, okay, this is pretty interesting. So if I hold the Alt key on a side, and I click and drag, it creates another point, you see? So I created 2 points, and then I have another line there that I can move down. So, okay. So what we're going to do now is create another point. If you see that kind of looks wrong, that arc that we made, it's not center. So we're going to click with Alt, click, and then drag that down. You see that creates a new point. So now we have 2 sides that we can manipulate, and let's drag that and then move the point and drag the other part, and now we have that sort of nice smooth shape. Or well, it's getting there, but the point is we have more control over the, you know, the line shape thing. You see what I mean? And again, I kind of replicated that line quality that we have on the main circle, the edge of the circle, with the mouth. As you can see, the bottom part has more width, line quality, or not more width, and the top part doesn't. So that sort of keeps it consistent. And again, I'm just dragging points, creating a new point there, and moving the lines I have. It's you know, if you're just starting out, this might seem a bit quick, a bit, you know, what's going on, what's he doing? I'm just, you know, creating points. I'm not saying it's, that sounded like I was, I'm doing something really complicated and you can understand, but you know what I mean. With practice, you're just gonna say, oh, this is super easy. So yeah, there's just creating the fine points, just slightly dragging, slightly, and you could even zoom in and even work with greater detail, but I'm just fine-tuning stuff there. Because at the end of the day, you know, it's what differentiates your stuff from other stuff, you know, how much you tinker it. And anyways, I think that, and again, just perfecting it, you know, moving the point slightly to the left, slightly to the right, and we're gonna click Scene 1 and leave that there. So you can see we're again at our main timeline. So we're gonna create a new layer in the main timeline again. Ojos, that means eyes in Spanish. So we're gonna guess, I was gonna say, what tool do you guys were gonna use for the eyes? And it's the oval tool. So we're gonna make some pretty cool ovals there. That's a bit creepy, I'm not gonna lie. But, whoa, okay, so what happens with the selection tool, when you drag on a circle, that's what happens. Since it doesn't have any corners, it sort of does this weird thing where it turns into another shape. So you can take advantage of that and kind of just drag the edges of the circle with the selection tool, and then with the free transform tool, modify it, rotate it, whatever you want, and you get those cool kind of Asian eyes. Oh, that was a bit racist. No, it wasn't. Oh, I'm gonna edit this out. No, I'm not. But yeah, I think those are pretty cool eyes. So I just made them a symbol, copy it, and then transform and flip them horizontally. And yeah, I think that looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. So again, just selecting both symbols and clicking the free transform tool, kind of dragging them out. I think it looks pretty good. And we are about to wrap up part 1 of this series. Hope you've liked it. Remember to click the like button if you did, and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in part 2.